So the chickens are getting a little bit larger. They're starting to hop up onto their waters. And then a lot of times what can happen is manure can get back in there. They can potentially knock the waters over. We have another one that we put out into the yard. And I would like to try out something just a little bit different this year. Have a larger water that we've been putting outside, and I would like to actually try something just a little bit different this year. We're going to try moving to more of a nipple type system where we have a 5-gallon bucket and do something like that. We've done that with our pigs for the last several years. It's worked out really well. So here's what we got. We got a couple 5-gallon buckets. I'm only going to use one of these today, but I purposely selected a dark color bucket. Being from the Great White North, getting a lot of snow, cold weather in the winter months, I'd like something dark that will draw some sunlight to it and potentially help prevent things from freezing up a little bit longer, I guess. Granted, I think one of the weak parts is going to be the actual nipples themselves, but we'll have to see and cross that bridge when we get there. The other thing we ended up picking up is a couple of these nipples. So we got about $2.50 in the bucket and another $3 in these nipples. Of course, we're going to want to get these nipples as low to the bottom as we possibly can, because anything below them is not really going to work since it's all gravity fed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my 3/8 drill bit here, and we can start to play around with where this hole is going to go on this bucket. So taking a little closer look at this, you can see that this is a little bit larger than that 3/8. So what I'll do is I'll just bring this up just a hair to account for the outside locking nuts. After taking just a little bit of a closer look at these nipples, I think this actually doesn't even pinch in there like I was thinking it was going to. This is just more there for a little bit of a clean out if you end up getting things gumming up. And it looks like if you look at the actual back side of this, you just screw it right on in. So this pack came with 4 nipples. I think I'm going to use 3 of them right off the bat. I'll put one on this side, one on the complete opposite side, and I'll throw one in the middle, and I'll leave the back side as is. I'm debating whether I hang this off the side of the coop or if I potentially just build some sort of base to hold this up off the ground. I haven't figured out how I'm going to cross that bridge yet, and I just don't want to close off my options. So we'll start off with 3. In worst case scenario, we can always come back and add the 4th one over here. So taking a look inside the bucket, you can actually see the drill bit skidded across the bottom just a little bit. So I don't think I could have been any closer or any lower than what I ended up being. And if you actually look where I put it, you can kind of see a little bit of a ridge or a seam there. But if you look actually on the bottom, there's not much. So I'm sure every bucket's a little bit different, but I pretty much followed that right there. So one thing that it didn't even occur to me, but it looks like it would be okay. I got the nipples here, but I didn't put them on the back side. And as I hang the bucket here, the nice part is this ridge sticks out enough, and even if there was a nipple down here, it wouldn't be touching this pole. There's plenty of space there. They're dripping right now with the pressure of the water coming on. So I just filled the thing up. It's looking pretty good. If you actually look at this one here, really slow drip. If you look over at the other one over here, same sort of deal. It's a little bizarre, you kind of lightly bump them and all of a sudden they start dripping. You would think you'd lose a lot of water pretty quickly. I'm not really impressed with these. Let's just make sure it's not the bucket getting bent from hanging here. Let's pull this down, set it down once. Here's the one that was leaking. It looks like it has stopped at the moment. Oh, it's leaking again. It's almost like this thing in here is not going in all the way like it should. Something's a little off with that. So what if I told you I'm not that impressed, or to be honest, it makes me a little worried. A little small leak like that, things could drain out pretty quickly. So I think what we'll do is we'll test things out, see how it goes. Maybe it just needs to get worked in a little bit. Maybe it's just this brand of the nipples. I'm not sure, but we'll go out there, we'll throw the lid on here, and then I got a little clip here that I plan to hang this thing off the coop and give it a little test.